Hello, trading is closed on the 13th of July, 2021. We always start with our disclaimer, so let's do that. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, July 14th, 2021. I can be completely wrong, and all trades should be at your own risk. At a target of 43.79.93, and that printed, support under it, resistance over it. Call for the pattern with the early low, that's it. Tomorrow should have the early high. This actually isn't the kind of action one wants to see when the new all-time high prints. Breadth didn't improve, and after hitting this new high, we closed under multiple prior highs and even under multiple prior lows. It's a potential rejection of the high. Other side of the coin is MEJT targets a higher price, 43.8527. And unless we gap down smartly, that's what the system says prints tomorrow. Just remember, when you're near all-time highs, MEJT is almost always going to leave a failed target at a major change in trend, so this might not work. During the day and the morning, it gave a buy. This doesn't belong here. In the morning, it gave a buy. That certainly worked. Here in the afternoon, gave an ultimate buy signal, says this whole move is false, calls for it to retrace, and maybe it will. But you have to be careful at this point in the pattern. This count really hasn't been invalidated yet to my satisfaction. C is only 17 points bigger than A when you're talking about moves with a market that's nearly twice what it was at last year's low. I don't think 17 points means that much. And if we do drop from here, certainly have a count which explains things. Doesn't mean other counts don't work. We still, after having very few failed targets early in the year, have a whole cluster here, in addition to today's. And in the past, these clusters have always printed at some point. Doesn't mean it has to print tomorrow. Doesn't mean we can't go up first. But for right now, at least, based on today's closing price, this is a rejection of the high. And if we do start down, it could be steep. But again, we could still recover because what counts isn't today's close, it's tomorrow's open. We open up higher, hit this higher target, all the bad things about the pattern go away. But that, in my opinion, is what you have to do if you're a bull, or else we're going to go down, because decliners really swamped advancers today. The breadth still hasn't improved, and it should be just a matter of time. I don't know how much time until these prices in the 4200s and 4300s print. Wednesday's pattern has the early high, doesn't mean you won't get down. Hit a new all-time high, but decliners swamped advancers, and we undercut multiple prior highs. That's bearish. There's a higher target, that's bullish, but it's tempered by the fact that the system almost always leaves a failed target as a major change in trend. We'll apply the standard rules for mixed signals. There they are. Bulls need to recover today's high promptly, ideally by gapping over it. Or, if they don't, today could have marked the long-awaited end of this leg up. Tomorrow has the early high. Bulls aren't dead yet. They need to clear this early. But if we start down with conviction early, today could have marked a very major high. And that's today's call.